talk on modern AI. All right. Thank you, Laura, for your introduction. I didn't realize you were going to talk about my AI pet. So I don't know about you, but these trends presented by Benoit triggered lots of questions for me. In fact, fundamental questions. Benoit talked about the abundance of cognition. So how do we harness that? What should our kids study? What do we need to do to stay relevant? Benoit talked about the pace of change. How do we keep up? Benoit talked about the need to reinvent organizations and ecosystems. How do we think about that? Which policies would protect us from harm while enabling innovation? How do we ensure that we get the right outcomes? So these are not questions that one individual or even one organization, irrespective of its size, can really answer. These are really questions that we need to address collectively. We've been thinking a lot about this, and this is why we are launching the Collective Intelligence for AI initiative. We all need to prepare for transformative AI, individuals, organizations, institutions, together. So our mission really is to address the challenges of rapidly changing, advancing AI. We want to learn about AI to fully understand its potential, harness its capabilities. We want to collaborate in smart ways to answer these questions and make progress. And we want to shape future developments constructively to ensure that in positive outcomes for all of us. So we are going to address these questions in 3 ways. The first pillar is learn. By sharing the latest insights, we want to do training and research. We'll provide monthly updates, how-to videos, invite experts to talk about a particular topic, such as how to deploy agents, for example. The second pillar is collaborate through peer experience sharing, events and projects. And the final one is through shaping, for example, surveys, publications, and events, and will contribute to informed, balanced policy discussions that influence AI's future. So what's in it for you? So Collective Intelligence for AI will have a kind of private circle community. So members will be able to join that community. And that's a dedicated platform where members will be able to connect, learn, collaborate, and share insights between events. So inside the community, you will find real-time discussions with AI practitioners and experts. You'll have exclusive resources, research and case studies. We'll have member-contributed insights and experiences. We'll also have working groups tackling specific AI challenges. And you also have direct access to thought leaders and researchers. Now, we've identified a number of themes. I'm not going to read them all, but you can actually look on the slide. But some of them are things like search in the world of AI, how to deploy AI agents, what does it take to build an AI-ready team. And so what would be interesting would be to find out from you in the room, but also online, whether those themes are really important to you and, which ones would be the most important. So perhaps, the most important, the top 3 themes for you going forward. And if there are themes here that are not listed but are really important for you, what would they be? Yes, Kevin? Shall we have a microphone so that people online can also hear what you're saying?
No.
But I don't know if people online will pick up what you say.
Great, thanks. So is cybersecurity in the age of AI agents and agentic AI. it's becoming easier and easier to build AI agents that are becoming pure hackers and threats. And so they are going to attack your own AI agents. And as an investor in some AI companies here, it's often the topic is if you build those AI agents and they become threats and weaknesses, that means that it's almost like they're courting your employees. What I was saying earlier, who are not managing people, which obviously is a critical cybersecurity layer of the business. But now that we would also have AI employees to consider that. So that's kind of the topic that bothers me a lot.
And among that list, what are the top 3 things for you?
I didn't have the time to think about that.
We'll come back to you. I think there's more people who had some.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. And I think I want to tie to the data which Bennett shared earlier and tying it to AI, where he showed us the GDP, the increase in the GDP, and then the market capitalization, and then just to kind of like put it all together, because we want to see the GDP progression, and then the market capitalization, and then where the AI is actually in economic value, where it's creating economic value, and also where the buyers are coming from in terms of all these gigantic amounts of services and products which we're creating to make sure everything stays together.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Just quickly to say, what we expect is building an AI-ready team, because what I observed, even I work in a tech company, actually Amazon, and you have great divide between folks who are kind of adopting and not, and it's nothing to do with level, with age, with background, or some people are just in it, and some people are not. And I think that creates, a little bit of a fork between, in how people become practitioners or not.
And do you think this is based on willingness to learn, or
It's time, it's rules, it's how people think about it, it's curiosity or lack of. I don't know, but I just think I'm seeing that, including at a fairly, senior leadership level. And I think that's going to create a gap. And I don't know how we get around that, actually.
Now, a colleague was telling me that a really large company, 60% of the senior leadership hadn't used some of the tools provided by the company, which is a really interesting stat.
Thank you for this. It's a really interesting topic. I think from the list there, for me, it's really interesting, the topic of making the most of the Gen AI toolscape. There is a proliferation of tools, many more are being built now, but which of these serve what purposes, how to monetize them, how to leverage them. And what I would add to the list is around ethics and AI. AI can do many things, and I'm really interested how that will impact our society. And just because AI can do something, should we deploy it? I was really interested in the trend you shared, Benoit, around humanoids and would we have them in our homes. I know China is already deploying humanoids in the hospitality industry, in the care industry. How does that interact with man's search for meaning and usefulness, and what does that do for the next generation's self-esteem, self-worth? I'm really interested in exploring that topic. I know it sounds abstract, but it has quite deep implications.
No, it's not at all. I think that's a real question and a real challenge.
I'm from a compliance background and regulatory compliance, to be specific. And I have always worked in financial crime compliance industry, and I have dealt with different types of evolution of digital technologies, right from the I've been working in this since 2006, when the compliance was just starting up post the 9/11. And I've seen this big data, this, that, and so many things. But now I have been attending a lot of AI related talks and conferences, and there is one thing that is not being discussed as much as it should. I don't know if this is included here as well, whether it's somewhere. It's about the compliance. How are we going to regulate, AI?
I think
It's,
it's part of how you embed AI policies into your products.
is it in that AI policy?
Yes.
All right. Because even the previous speaker, he mentioned about the humanoid robots. And whenever I think of that, I remember Isaac Asimov's I, Robot and the Will Smith's movie, where the robots go rogue and things because of the lack of regulations and control over it. So would you be please sharing some lights on that? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Laura. A fascinating initiative, fully supportive. So, at the end of the day, the road is money, and how AI agents are going to pay and interact with other AI agents, either as researchers or recommenders or ultimately decision makers on behalf of human beings, where the money's value sits and how fraud is handled. But so I run the Payments Association. It's a community that's really interested in how agentic AI policies, regulations, fraud prevention, and fraud resolution practices are going to affect their industry.
Very good point.
Very interesting discussion. I think building the already team. So I work for a Chinese-based company and with a global footprint. So one of the pragmatic kind of next steps is kind of how do you embed it into your internal tools, workflows, et cetera. There's this concept of AI shadowing, right? Everybody uses AI for work via private subscription, and that opens up a whole heap of conversations around privacy, data usage, data storage, et cetera, if we basically don't provide the frameworks to keep everything within the company environment, both from a compliance and a data protection perspective as well. So I think it's something that needs to be addressed through like foundational work as well.
Whilst I'm here, I'd like to build on something that Tony was mentioned earlier, is as we starting to see more AI agents in the role to execute on our behalf, how does identity play into that conversation, especially given where we are at the moment? And then secondly, the financial viability of the models behind the businesses that are building these AI agents, LLMs, and the rest. How sustainable, how scalable are they without billions upon billions upon billions of dollars of venture cash? And how does the UK sit compared to the amount that's being spent by the US, China, Japan, and the rest?
So I think one of the most interesting things on this list is embedding AI policies in the product, because many people see that as a constraint, but this can actually be an opportunity as well if down the road to build really good products, and it also depends on the policies to make sense, at least at the middle, they make sense. Also, I want to add one more thing to this themes that you've mentioned building with LLMs. That building with LLMs is making building products easier, much easier, and also discovery. But because of that, there are many rubbish products actually getting their way into the market, and that won't solve their don't financial value, and didn't create any they were bounced bankrupt. I think one of the most important things is to focus on that as well.
Thank you. I think we're going to take, are there any questions online or? Yes. Yeah. Take the mic, please.
Thank you. Yes, quite a few comments coming through online. Jonathan Norman wants to emphasize building with LLMs and how to run a human AI hybrid working models. That's the area that's come up quite a lot, actually. Another representative comment is around the risks of customers. So customer risk, how do you assess the risk that is coming to your business from customers now potentially being an agent or AI influenced? So thank you, Rihanna, for that. And Rihanna adds another interesting comment, which is that people are being taught ethical hacking now in universities. And so I guess coming back to the comment in the room about security, but also about our broader ethics, about what we think is acceptable. So how do we think about ethical hacking and people being taught this?
Thank you. I think we're running out of time because I need to close.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. We can continue the conversation during the break. So thank you for this. This is really, really good feedback. Now, one of the first topics that Collective Intelligence for AI looked at was how to navigate the transformation of digital discovery, basically how to get found online. It's fast becoming a boardroom topic. And so today we're sharing 2 reports, and we'll be able to take a copy with you as you leave the conference. One is the report on effectively search in an AI world, and the other one is a guidebook with more technical recommendations. Now, are you ready to join? Are you ready to take part? We're in beta at the moment, but we'll open to members very soon. So if this is of interest, do register on the Collective Intelligence for AI website, and we'll send you more information. You can now register your interest. There's a QR code for you, and we'll get in touch shortly. And of course, you can come and talk to us in the room today. Thank you very much.